Rebecca, Diana. All your testimonies were so amazing. Is that what you're pointing me for? Good? Okay. Thank you guys so much for sharing. It was really beautiful. You guys are so bold for sharing your testimonies. I know a lot of people in here are related to you, so thank you so much. So now for my testimony. It won't be nearly as good as everyone else, so if you guys want to take a nap for like 6 minutes, totally go for it. My name is Justin Crichlow, and my journey in faith started with a cheeseburger. You know, just help me out. So, Okay, yeah. Okay, so back to cheeseburgers. It started with the cheeseburger. The promise of burgers afterwards is what got me to go to youth group for the first time during the winter of my freshman year of high school. My friend Isaiah would ask me week after week if I wanted to go to his youth group. I have amazing parents, but I didn't grow up in a Christian home. And so I'd never heard of youth group. I had no clue what it was. And I would always have soccer as an excuse, but on this particular week I did not. And so eating burgers seemed a lot more tempting than doing my homework. So I entered youth group and joined in on the Foursquare, and I'm really competitive, so this was a perfect icebreaker for me. And then we listened and sang along to some of the worship songs, and I just remember feeling this unity within the group. We sat down, listened to the message, which I partly understood and mostly didn't because of all the Christianese. But at the end of the message, the pastor started praying. Towards the end of his prayer, he said, "With every head bowed, with every eye closed, if there's anyone in this room who felt some kind of connection with God tonight and wants to commit to following Jesus, raise your hand on the count of 3. He counted to 3, and I didn't raise my hand. I was just not quite ready. I thought it was my first time going. I thought I had a few more before I was truly ready. I didn't want to commit. I just had no clue what Christianity was all about. Then, after about a minute had passed, the pastor said, "I feel that there's still one more person in this room." I swear, this is what happened. I feel that there's still one more person in this room that is yet to raise their hand and commit to following Jesus. You may be new to this, but believe me, this will change your life. Immediately in that moment, I knew that the pastor or God or something was speaking to me, so I raised my hand. It's been about 7 years since I raised my hand that night, and I can say without a shadow of a doubt that it was the best decision I ever made, and that pastor was right. Following God definitely did change my life. Each week, I'd go to youth group in church with my friends, and I'd apply these moral truths that I learned about loving unconditionally, being thankful, or helping others, and I started to see changes in my own life. I felt happier, and it wasn't just some temporary happiness. It was this joy that could only come from God. And this was a big change from who I was. I used to always compare myself to others, and nothing in the world could ultimately satisfy me. Not academics, not doing well in school, not talking to girls, nothing. I was also kind of a cocky jerk, and I would always put others down because of my own insecurities. But now that I had this joy from God, it conquered all of that. When trials came, I was no longer alone. I had God to comfort me. So I'm a first grader in my faith now. I'm 7 years into my relationship with God. Many different seasons. I've gone through seasons of frustration and doubt. I've gone through seasons of joy and feeling close to God. And throughout it all, the most important thing to me in my faith and growing in my faith has been being bold and stepping outside of my comfort zone for God. Being bold really does pay off. I just want to rewind to give you some context about that first night and me going to church. Isaiah, the guy who invited me, we went to elementary school together. And then 2 years, we went our separate ways in middle school, and then we joined back up at high school for for those 4 years. And before asking me to church for the first time, Isaiah prayed for me all throughout middle school. 2 years of praying for me. And multiple times of asking me to come to church with him that freshman year. And despite rejection, I finally came. And I never thought he was weird for asking me. Not once. He was just Isaiah, one of my friends that I knew and loved. And by being bold, he changed my life. Fast forward to my senior year of high school. I remember being so nervous before asking my non-believer prom date to come to church with me, along with a group of my friends. And she came one time. And fast forward again, 3 years. She texted me last spring, thanking me and saying that she joined a Christian group on campus, at her campus in Washington, and she's now a leader in that group because that one day I brought her to church.
Praise God.
Therefore, I encourage all of you guys to be bold and challenge yourself to make more room in your Christian circles so that together we can reach more people. I know it can be challenging to talk about God with certain people, especially with people who you are so close with. It can be intimidating because you think about all these negative things that could possibly happen. You picture them judging you for your beliefs, or that it would ruin your friendship because you brought up God. But that's not the case at all. Punch all those anxieties right in the face and be bold in your faith. You won't regret it. God changed my life, and he's ready to do the same thing with everyone here on this campus, in the U.S., in the world. He's at work. So I just want to encourage you guys to be bold. So thank you. And Feliz Navidad.